3 women, wives, mothers, and entrepreneurs with mouths and minds so dirty they don't want the parents in the carpool line to know their real identities. This is Kinks Out. Our names may be made up, but the stories are real. Welcome to Kinks Out. Here we are, Mars, Gigi, and Sugar back for another episode of riveting information. How are you guys today?
It's, I'm hanging in there as usual.
I can't wait till there's another response from you. Be like, I did fantastic.
Sugar, you're
I love that.
screaming.
No, she was being me.
I
That's
know.
exactly that's the best part about it.
She was being you, Gigi. All right, before we start today's Ask Us Anything question episode, we have to talk about current events. Montana boys. So if you don't know the Montana boys, one of them, there's like 12 at this point, I think.
Yeah, if you living under a rock.
But one of them with the strongest jawline is dating Kristen Cavallari. So these Montana boys are a lip syncing boy band, but they're really not good at it. They're very
Do
attractive.
they have to be though? Like they don't really have to be good at anything, right?
I guess when you look like that, you don't have to be. But I just don't understand their purpose.
Yeah.
Like
they literally
I'm
just
gonna date Kristen Cavallari, and then we're gonna lip sync the same song for 5 different reels. We're gonna post it, LOL #reels, and get 1 million people to like it. And we're those people. We are the people liking it. So like we're idiots. But I don't understand their purpose.
Yeah, I'm cracking up at you saying what's their purpose, because literally if we look through your history, it'd be like you watching one video 80 times in a row. That's their purpose right there.
It's true. And me making reels
I'm okay with it.
No, I'm on their bandwagon. I am on the Montana Boys wagon.
You're the president of the Montana Boys fan club.
I just don't understand their purpose.
If we started one, they'd have to meet us, right?
No.
They'd have to.
They would not.
We'd just get restraining orders. That's all.
So now there's the Montana Boys, but now Gigi, you stumbled upon the Elevator Boys.
Okay.
There's lots of boys.
I don't know, why is it boys? Are they a Z too?
No, that's just how I spell boys now.
Oh, good Lord. That's just how our kids are going to be like, that's not how you spell boys, Mom.
Yes, it is.
So I was on Instagram and Grey's Anatomy posted a new reel. Freaking love Grey's Anatomy. Do either of you still watch that?
I am like several seasons behind. I watch it like sporadically here and there, but I've always been a Grey's fan, and I cannot figure out how the Elevator Boys got in with Grey's Anatomy. That's
Me neither. It was an ad of some sort, and like I was watching it, and then the elevator opens, and I was like, who is that? And I think I sent it to both of you. But I sent the reel also to my mother because she still watches Grey's. And she then sends me this like Wikipedia page and like all of these other things about who the Elevator Boys are.
Shout out to Gigi's mom because I love her.
She's a gem. So if you ever she's like a PI, I swear to goodness. Like she could find any information you need, but not that the Elevator Boys were hard to find, but they're these German guys in TikTok sensations, and they were just releasing a new music video, I think. So they actually sing, though. They're not lip syncers like the Montana Boys. They are real
life singers. So Montana Boys, Elevator Boys, if you guys want to come on our podcast and talk about being boys, we would love to have you.
You have to say it like that, though.
That's how you say boys. They are the
elevator. Are the boys going to be like a guest star on the season or something?
No,
are they going to
it was just part of the promo.
That's why I looked at it and I was like, are there new doctors? I was like, why are they all just hot men? Like, are these the new interns? What's happening? That was my initial.
Elevator Boys are the new interns.
but
I
I
think my brain
don't.
my
I
brain went
like
the
it.
opposite way. I was like, they are performing on stage, the stage collapses, then
And one of them has
they
a
get
piece of the
taken
stage through their
into
entire
the
body
emergency
because
room.
that's how Grey's Anatomy goes. They have to take out
Yeah.
an entire like light boom from somebody's abdomen.
It's a technical term.
The light boom. You know what
I
I mean, though. The like one that they
know
hold
what
up.
you mean.
All right, so
We
we
know.
talked about the really important current events. So now let's get into the episode. We asked our friends on Instagram to ask us questions of stuff they wanted to know.
Use the term friends loosely.
That's true.
Some of these questions, I'm like, I don't know if I want to be your friend anymore.
Yeah, some of these questions, sweet cocks, we're looking at you, you sick motherfucker. They're gross.
Seriously.
They are gross.
But also, we love you.
Yes, that's true. We do love you.
Yeah.
Let's get into the Ask Us Anything. And I promise that maybe only 3 of these were submitted by one of us. The rest were from actual people. I promise.
I didn't submit any.
I think Greg might have.
Okay.
Right.
Explaining the new name. I don't even have it. When I send them messages, my phone autocorrects instead of Jeej. It comes up Greg. So I'm Greg now.
So now whenever
Anyway.
she's being spicy towards me, I call her Greg.
Yeah.
Then
Like,
Greg.
it's in my middle name.
Gigi? Gregory?
That's my full name. All right. Who are your book boyfriends? I love this question. This is a hard one to jump right off the bat into because you guys could be here for days listening to my responses. Is there a limit? I don't know. I'm just going to say Daddy Kai from Caught Up by Liz Tom Ford. I've mentioned this before. Halsey Holmes. He's Not My Type by Megan Quinn. Pucking Around. I will say all 3 men can be my book boyfriends, but if I had to pick one, Caleb Price. Absolutely. He's my pick. Reckless by, I think it's Elsie Silver. Theo Silva. Hot ass cowboy. And I only have one more. I told you it was going to be a lengthy thing. Mars and I read Christmas in Coconut Creek. I forget who this author is.
Yeah.
But Frankie in that, Frankie Casado, I think his name was. He was such a good MMC. I freaking loved Frankie. So those are my like top 5 book boyfriends.
A quick list.
Yeah,
Shows
just a
them
real
about you.
quick.
Is it my turn?
Yes, it is.
I mean, I'm just going to say Kristoff from Frozen.
Frozen isn't even a book.
There is a book. You can read the adapted screenplay.
So you've
I
got
have no book
he's
boyfriend.
smart.
This is so frustrating.
Question. She's like, it's the first question. You can't even answer the first question.
Gee,
This was a hard
You're
one at the
screaming.
beginning. You
All right,
started
then
off
it's-
with a question we knew I could not answer.
Okay, well then I'm just gonna go ahead and answer mine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it simple because my forever book boyfriend is Omari from Pucking Around. He's all I need. He's all I want. I love many, many others, but he is, if you ask me,
He's your go-to.
that's who it is.
All right.
He's my guy.
Does he get
if
less
animal-
gruff?
No,
Oh, he
I
stays
feel
gruff.
like
Do you
he
like
does.
gruff men?
He gets a little more teddy bearish. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep reading, please.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
halfway through.
Oh, I'm so
proud of you.
proud. Okay. If animals could talk, which would be the most annoying? Mine are definitely squirrels.
Me too.
Is it?
Yes.
Sugar. If animals could talk, what would be the most annoying animal?
I mean, the only thing I could think of is giraffes because they're so tall and I couldn't hear them. So if they were talking, then
I think the giraffes would talk like Eeyore. They would be like, "Hi guys." Like they would bend their necks down.
Or maybe
Yes,
they'd
what
be
was I
dicks and they
thinking?
wouldn't. So then you can't hear them.
Well, then giraffes
Maybe it's
and
like, you
squirrels
come to me. And you're
Oh,
like,
what
I
if you had
can't
to,
because
like-
I'm short.
climb up him. All right, next
Oh
question.
my God. Brittany or Christina? Christina girl over here.
Shug?
I'd say Brittany. I did not like Christina growing up, but now I think it's swapped. It was like the opposite growing up, and now I'd like Christina a little more because you don't hear as much about her, maybe.
Yeah, I think I feel the same, actually. I was like feeling pretty strong about Brittany, but then I remember that she's not entirely her fault, but crazy now.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say both. I can't.
Well,
I don't have to pick, actually. This
you
is my
don't.
fucking podcast.
Exactly.
All right.
So we got this next question.
I have questions about this question.
As soon as we got this question, do you think body count matters? Like body count of those people killed? Like
Yes.
weird wording. How many people have you murdered does matter. Yes. But if they mean body count, like how many people you've slept with?
That's what I would assume they mean.
I mean,
because
obviously, but weird wording.
it was weird wording because I read it that way too. I was like, "Ooh, is that like stabby with a knife or stabby with a dick?" So I'm gonna go dicks.
They're stabbing. Yeah. So does body count matter? I say no because 10 years of marriage in, my spouse and I have never talked about body count.
Same.
Really?
My
What
husband
about
like
you, Shug?
Compare
Yeah.
numbers all the time.
Compare numbers.
Of course you do. My husband always says that I was a virgin before him. He's
Yep.
he's that guy.
Oh.
So
He
I
likes
would
to
say
pretend that was the case.
Yeah. Shug, does it matter? Like, would
No, I
that
don't
be a
think it
deal breaker
matters.
for you?
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
unless we're in like the thousands, then maybe.
It's getting weird.
Then it's
All right.
getting weird.
Next question. What kink do you wish that you read more of? So for this question, reverse age gap isn't a kink. I guess that's a trope, but I wish that there were more reverse age gap books. There's not as many reverse as there are just age gap where the guy's older. There's tons of those ones. But I don't know on the kink. What's yours, Shug? If you could read more of a kink, what would it be? You're like none.
You serious?
Their mouths are taped shut. You're like, that's my king.
he likes to read
Yes.
Braille.
So bondage with like a full face mask where you can't you can only see, you can't speak.
Oh,
I'll read that.
I mean, I'm sure that exists.
Yes. It's in the
What
dark
about you,
web,
Max?
but
I couldn't think of one. I like really thought about it too, but I feel like I read so many
Yeah.
books with so many different kinks that
Mhm.
I'm sure there are some out there that I have not read yet, but I can't think of.
oh, I know
I couldn't
mine.
think of what. What? Oh, tell us.
Golden showers. I want to read more about those.
Oh my god, that was in my brain. I was gonna bring that up after. Not that I want to read more of that. I was like, when you're like, I'm sure there's ones out there that I haven't read. I was gonna be like, pissing.
Shug would like to read books full of bukkake.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, I have an idea for one. What if it's Snow White and the Seven Dwarves? But bukkake style.
My god. The seriousness on your face.
Somebody has to have
when
already
you
written this,
said
I'm sure.
that.
I just died. I feel like if you look hard enough in the internet, you'll be able to find an animated picture of Snow White getting shot with cum by the Seven Dwarves. I 100% think that exists. I don't know if there's a
I'm not sure
book,
we should
but I
Google
bet there's
it.
fan art of it.
No,
For sure.
I'm not. I am for sure not getting that in my history. Oh my gosh. This is all right.
Oh my god.
Not even
Yep,
20 minutes
escalating.
and it takes a turn.
This is
it's there.
shut up.
It-
Is it a book? What's it called?
oh my god. Okay, I have to exit out of this. Delete my history, please.
Yeah.
Shug. I'm fucking dead.
Oh, moving on. I cannot handle this. I am unwell. The most pleasant sounding accent. So in the US, a thick Boston accent just does it for me. I don't know what it is. Or like a thick like Irish Boston accent. Super. But if we're talking like in the world, Italian. What about you, Shug?
Ooh.
British or Australian, for sure. A little Harry
Ooh.
Styles.
Yes. Mars.
I'm gonna go French for like out of the United States. And in the United States, I love just like a Southern accent. That Southern
And
boy twang. Whew.
I knew that was going to be yours.
Yeah, that's very on brand for me.
Yes, yes, it is. Food you hate and a food you love. I
Oh,
am not a fan.
there's a question in between there that must not have showed up for you.
Oh, what is it?
It's one of Sweet Cox's. Do you want me to read it since it's on mine? Would you rather drink a cup of semen or lick your fingers after fingering someone's dirty butthole? And I would
Oh.
rather drink a cup of semen.
Sweet Cox.
So I'm gonna drink the semen. What are you gonna do, Jeej?
Neither. None of the above. I mean, I guess if I have to, I'll take the cup.
So it was neither an option.
Good Lord.
Jug.
Can you lick one of your other fingers? Like only put one in the butthole and then lick one of your other fingers?
All right, Sweet
'Cause I'll
Cox,
do
next
that.
time we see you, we're going to need clarification on that question about the fingers
Oh,
involved. Okay, now you can keep going, Jeej. Sorry.
tell me a food that you hate and a food that you love. I hate like shrimp, scallops, and mussels, and I love a good steak. What about you, Shug?
I love tacos. Love to put my face in tacos. And then I don't love I don't know. I don't like anything like that's like creamy. That doesn't make sense, but anything that's
No,
like
it doesn't.
uber anything that's like I'm thinking of soup. I'm not a big soup person.
Oh, I love soup.
Yeah, me too. Do you like queso?
Yeah, queso. That
What's
goes on something
creamy?
hard. Yeah, but it goes on something hard. I will only eat soup
You're
if like
okay with creamy stuff if it's on something hard. Got it.
Good to
I
know.
will if I eat soup, there's so many crackers in it that there's no liquid. The crackers have soaked
That's
up all the
gross.
liquid.
All right. I love pretty much all food. I really am a fan of all of the foods, but I love a good steak also. And I don't like spinach. Like I don't like it in
Mm,
things. I don't like it by itself. I just don't like it. It tastes gross. I would rather eat
not a
kale.
good a spinach
Oh,
salad with warm
No.
bacon dressing?
Nope.
No?
I would want that with kale or arugula.
Oh, I can
Spinach
feel
tastes too
kale the whole way
arugula.
through. Yeah, I like
Wait, you
arugula.
what?
I said I can feel kale the whole way through my system. I I know
You
where
have
my
to
digestive
massage it.
system is. I feel it the whole way through.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Favorite sex toy? One of those little rose clit stimulators. Chef's kiss. Where's this gonna go?
Shug.
I have one of those too, and I don't like it as much. I have a really big black dildo, and that's what I like the most.
All right.
I um do not have the rose thing, but I am intrigued by it because I think it looks great.
It's cute. It's cute.
I like just a good old fashioned vibrator, but I do have a butt plug that Sweet Cox gave me that I'm a fan of.
How many times have we
Good
used
old
it now?
we.
It has not been used a lot, but it has been used. It's not something you use all the time, or I think it'll lose the appeal of it.
Are butt plugs
Is how
like, can you use it on you and then use it on your husband, or are they like just a single person?
I think if you give it a rinsey rinse, you can. But,
I guess that's
I
true.
would like you to ask my husband that question and see what he says.
All right.
Okay.
What movie quotes do you use daily? In our house, I constantly my go-to is in that Chris Farley voice from Billy Madison when he goes, "That is correct," and puts, like, his finger in his mouth. I use that regularly.
That's pretty funny.
Shug.
I have no idea. Like, I feel like I've never actually seen an entire movie because I fall asleep every time. No, I have no idea.
I
This
don't
is
have
I'm
a
sorry.
movie, I would say, but I quote Friends almost every day in some way.
And then we have no clue what you're talking about.
You don't. Although I was really impressed when I sent that message the other day and I was going to make a Friends joke and Sugar knew that I was going to say pivot. Like that's like a
That's the
classic
only
Friends
thing I
one that
know.
everybody knows.
Yeah.
Everybody, even if you don't watch Friends, you know the pivot one. So, but it made me really happy.
True, true. All right,
See,
least favorite Oh, go ahead.
sorry. No, I was gonna say my thing. Mine's like The Office or Parks and Rec. Like not a movie. Those are.
Which I've never seen either of those.
I haven't
Oh
either.
my gosh, I have a Parks and Rec bathroom in my house. So
Oh my gosh. All right, well, maybe now I
yes,
need to watch it.
yeah, you need to watch it.
Okay. Least favorite type of book to read. I do not like mystery suspense books. Like, fuck that noise. There's enough suspense in my life waiting to see what plague my kids are going to bring home on a weekly basis that I don't need to, like, add it for my leisure. Like, pass. Hard pass.
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah, agree with that.
I don't like any type of books that involve like child endangerment.
Ugh,
I
no.
can't read ones like that because I have kids.
No.
So like I've started to read books and been like, even if it's like it doesn't matter what it is. If there's kids involved, like sick kids, hurt kids, endangered kids, I'm out. Like I can't do it.
Yeah. I read to, like, escape and, like, I want that happy ending. I don't need
Yes.
people to be, like, sick or hurt or you know what I mean? Like, some of
Right.
the ugh, I can't. Yeah.
Yep, it's awful. All right,
Anything
Sugar.
to add to that, Shug?
No, I mean, I don't have a least fave type because I don't really have a fave type.
Sugar's not much of a reader.
I thought I was a reader. I am not a reader. I was really excited that my Goodreads, like last year, that I had like 27 books. And then you guys probably read 27 books in a weekend. So feel very, very
I'm proud of you either way. I'm proud of you either way.
It's true. We love you just the way you are.
I'm doing
All right,
my
Sugar.
best.
Do we have some more questions?
I'm
Oh
up.
my god.
Okay.
Is that what I sound like? Sweet Jesus. How do you put up with me?
I love it. Okay, if you had to pick a life theme song, what would you pick? Mine would be Chumbawamba. You get knocked down, but you get up again. You're never gonna keep me
What?
down.
Sugar, I'm
You
so
don't know
impressed.
Chumbawamba?
I know that
yeah.
song. I just did not expect you to like have an answer.
I was good the whole if I seem distracted in the first segment, it's because the whole time I was Googling songs.
because you don't look at the shared note prior to the episode until we sit
I
down
did.
to record the
I did.
episode.
Guys are
I
so
like my
funny.
answers when they come out without preparation.
It's true. I don't like
So
to
do
think
we.
too much into it.
Yeah.
Gigi, I think we decided we have the same song.
Yeah, dude, Taylor Swift. This is why we can't have nice things. That is
Yep.
with 4 kids, that is my current.
3 kids here. Yeah, this is why we can't have nice things. I say that all the time too. Anytime one of them whips a baseball through my house, which for the 900th time they're not allowed to fucking do, but I'm like, this is why we can't have nice things all the time.
All right. I mean, was this another one of Sweet Cox's questions? Because this
course
makes
it was.
Should kidneys be bought and sold? Should kidneys be bought and sold?
I
What are we
didn't quite
talking about
understand
here?
that either. Like on the
Like,
black market?
yeah, on the dark web. What do we like? Absolutely not.
I'm gonna go no too.
Wait, is this a thing? Do people sell kidneys on the black market?
I
You
don't
can
Is
get
this
a
a
know.
way to
lot of
make
things on
lost?
the black market.
Okay, well that
I don't
question
know
was weird.
anything
Okay,
about the black market, so
Oh, I don't know anything about it. I just have heard things.
it's
I
been in
hear
one
that you
of your
can get a lot of
books.
things. I've read about it. I've read about the
Okay,
black market.
this next one is her too. I'm sure of it. What's the
100% it
opposite
is.
of a koala? Um, the opposite of a koala. Are we talking about the animal or are we talking about the personality type?
I would say the animal.
this is a dumb question. I'm not answering it.
I was trying to think of
I
something.
think probably like a lizard.
Uh,
All right,
Oh
go to the
Sure.
next one.
Isn't the koala friends with the lizard? Yes, that's from Sing. The koala has a lizard assistant, so that makes
Oh
oh
my
my
sense.
god.
god, I love them.
Yes, me
I
too. I love
am
her
dead.
eyes are always rolling around on the ground.
Yes.
I,
What's
yes.
her name?
Mrs.
Oh, why can't I think of it?
We'll have to look it up. But it's Matthew McConaughey does the voice of the other guy.
Miss Crawley. That's her name, Miss
Miss
Crawley.
Crawley. Yeah.
How
Her
do you
one eye
have
is
this?
always the
How do you
other
have that type of information stored in your head?
Because I have the most useless information saved there, and the lyrics to every song I've ever heard my entire life.
and it's a running through your mind constantly.
Yes.
All right, go to the next one because I actually like
All
this
right.
one. I actually thought about this one too.
Obviously, I have no idea who these people are. James P. Sullivan or
No.
Michael Wazowski. Michael Wazowski, is that Despicable
Who do you
Me?
think it
Monsters
is?
Inc. Monsters Inc.
Oh, my kids are too old for this movie, I think.
No, they're not.
No.
Too young for
It's a
this movie.
classic. It's a class. They're too much like children for this movie.
You
don't know. I don't get-
can't have one without the other. You can't have Sully or Mike Wazowski. You can't
I'm
have one
going-
without the other. I'm not picking.
I'm going James
What
P.
colors
Sullivan.
are they?
Mike Wazowski is green with one eyeball.
Yeah, and
Okay.
then
James P. Sullivan is blue and purple.
I love that
What's-
movie because I'd always be like, Rose, when she sucks, she's like, Mike Wazowski.
You sound just like her.
I know. It's a problem.
What are you appreciating more as you get older? I would say quiet.
Ugh,
Like
I don't
having
get
quiet
that
time.
at all.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's only at night,
Since-
like after 2 a.m, but
but you get it.
that
So
good 20 minutes.
sometimes you just need that for like a boost. I would have to say mine is my parents, I think, and seeing the things, as you get older and the things that you do for your kids, I finally have more like appreciation for my parents and the things that they did and still do for me and my siblings.
Oh God, yours was so sweet. I'm just
Yours
like
is sweet.
silence.
The fact that nobody's fucking talking to me. I will say I have grown to appreciate like myself more, I guess. And also I would say that I used to have like FOMO over stuff. And now I have like, what do they call it? JOMO. I have the joy of missing out. I don't fucking care what people do anymore. I don't want to be there. I have such a small window for free time or like just me time that when I'm leaving my house by myself, it is for something fucking good. And it's usually seeing you people.
Yes.
Like if
Like,
I don't,
something good.
if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no for me.
I agree with that. Not one of us said like they were appreciating butt sex more. I'm very impressed.
I do though. I do appreciate that every
She's-
now and then.
She's weaning her butthole.
Oh my god.
Okay.
All right.
Pepsi or Coke? I'm a Coke girl.
Same.
Pepsi.
Ugh.
Coke makes
Oh
my
my
teeth
gosh.
gritty.
There goes the friendship.
Yeah, seriously. Bye. I gotta go.
Fuck you, I'm out.
Okay,
Okay,
this next one. Are we ever going to reveal who we are?
can I answer this one for
Yeah.
us? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, someday the plan is to reveal, and I already have a very well directed video in my mind of how it will go. And Sugar and Gigi will do it, or else there will be consequences. I've told them both about it
Whoa.
too. Yeah, no, I told you guys the plan for when
I
we
think it
do
sounds great.
reveal, and we will someday. We have reasons for not doing it. And it's also just kind of fun to do it without anybody really knowing who we are. But yes, someday the plan is for all you people to see our beautiful faces.
Oh, and be like, those crazy bitches.
I think it's so fun though to like hear somebody's voice and like have a picture of what you think they look like, and then you find out what they look like, and you're either really disappointed or you're like, oh, all right. In most people's cases, they might be disappointed.
I hope you're all not disappointed in us. Damn.
But you like
Oh,
hear, you like imagine stuff, or at least I do. Like if I hear a voice or even like characters in books, I have such like a set image of what people look like or what's like that type of deal, that when you actually see it, you're like either very spot on with what it was or very wrong. So
I'm
yeah,
always
someday
very wrong.
to answer that question.
Yeah. On our book tour, you'll know.
on our on our worldwide tour. Kinks out worldwide,
Oh,
wide,
wait.
wide.
Oh my God.
Book
See, there
tour.
you're quoting, it's the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
I am. Step Brothers.
Oh,
Oh my gosh. Okay. Do aliens exist? And I would say absolutely, like
for
1,000%.
sure. Like, we can't be the
I
only things alive in this universe.
No, I agree. There's definitely aliens out there.
Do you think they're
I think there's
green
a whole
men,
nother
though?
Earth somewhere.
Ooh.
I
Do I
feel
think
like
they're
they're
what?
just like little green men. I feel like they're just people who look like us, but maybe they're a little glitchier.
I think that there's like a whole nother Earth somewhere. It's like not maybe called Earth, but like I think that somewhere in existence, there's three bitches doing a podcast right now. And I don't know, maybe they have antennas.
Their partners have cock pockets.
Oh, yeah, for
Tiny
sure.
ridges on their peeps.
Aw. Just in time for Easter. I'm sorry.
Peeps.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
funny. All right.
All right, what book turned you on to smut and why? Yeah, I'm not going to come up with an answer for that. So, Jeej?
All right. So honestly, the free paperbacks at my local library, I picked up like a couple random cowboy books and I was like, oh, okay. And then it just literally
It
spiraled
spiraled
from
from
there.
there.
And there
Oh,
was
It's the
all
no
those.
story of our lives, is that, and it spiraled from there.
I was just
That
thinking of
was
all the dirty pickleball ladies, like reading the
what?
books and turning them into the library. Like, do you ever wonder
Yeah.
pickleball.
when you get a used book, like who read that book before you?
Okay, I
I
do
think about
now.
things like that.
Yeah. I'm not sure I want to
Now I'm
imagine
gonna
what.
wear gloves.
Did they read this in the bathtub? Did
Hope
they read
you
Ew.
this?
use your fingering hand different from your page turning hand.
Ew.
Now I'm gonna smell all the pages in my book. I'm literally smelling a book right now.
Oh my god.
Stop.
Okay, well, my answer for this is definitely 50 Shades of Grey. I think that that's like
Ooh.
kind of where I started with this, was like I read those ones and then it spiraled.
Mr. Gray will see you now.
Yeah, I loved those books actually. I really liked them. I didn't like the movies as much, although I'm a huge Dakota Johnson fan, but I don't think Jamie Dornan as Mr. Gray is how I imagined it at all. That is not how I saw him. That's not how I heard him. Like none of it. So when I've reread the series and that's not who I see, but I do love Dakota Johnson as Anastasia. So yeah, that's what started it for me.
I've
Okay,
never
well,
read or watched those movies. Not
Big
surprisingly.
sigh.
Okay, the most beautiful song you have ever heard. Is this supposed to be a serious question? Like,
I don't
It could
know.
go
serious?
either way.
I mean, I would say like my one of the songs that like if I hear it, I'm like, holy shit, that song's good. Is that Wild Horses song by the Sundays? Do you know that song?
Yes.
No, I need to look that one up.
Wild horses.
Yeah. It is a really
Oh
good
my
song.
god, it's
Who
haunting.
sings it? The Sundays.
The Sundays.
I'll have to listen to that later. I had trouble answering this one. Like, I listen to music every single day, all the time. Like, every time I'm in my kitchen, it's on. When I get in the car, I put something on. It's just such a big part of my life that my genres, like, change with my mood. So, to pick a single song, I honestly just can't. I couldn't even.
I
It's
I am this is like embarrassing to admit. I cry during the national anthem every time I hear it. I don't know why. I am not like an incredibly patriotic person. I think America is kind of fucked, but like
Yeah,
for some reason, the
it gets
national
you.
anthem just like gets me every time, and I like can't control it. It's really like, and it's like it almost turns into an ugly cry. But that's not my pick. I just had to share that with you because why wouldn't I?
oh my
My
god.
the
Do they
most
play it
beautiful
at
song.
every
They
well, I
play
was
it at
gonna
almost
say, do they
every
play it
one
at
of my kids'
every
baseball
little
games.
league game?
Not everyone, but at most of the tournaments, most tournaments that my kids end up playing in, it's heard at
People
least
just
once. And I'm
People
like,
just think that you're, like, so proud of your kids and you're just really verklempt about how great they are at their
I'm
sport,
also
and
a
you're just,
big
like, bawling.
crier. Like, I'm also a big crier. I get really emotional over stuff, so I do cry at baseball games all the time. Uh,
I
but
was
the
a
most
big crier until I started Zoloft, and then I was like, "Oh, I need where did my emotions go?"
Right here, we're gonna insert an ad for Zoloft,
is
so
a
we'll
lot.
contact
Yeah, do
them.
they wanna seriously. No, that really though, and then whenever I was weaning off of it and I, like, cut my doses in half, I cried during Grey's Anatomy again. I don't know why it's always about Grey's Anatomy lately,
I
but I cried
cry over
during Grey's
everything.
Anatomy again, and I was like, "Oh, okay." That
But I think
bring it down a bit.
the most beautiful song I've ever heard is "At Last" by Etta James.
That's a good song.
So that's mine. But yeah, I do
You
cry
know,
over a lot of random songs too.
the most beautiful concert I've ever seen, the Eras Tour. Swear to God, I cry every time I watch the Eras Tour.
I haven't made it through it yet. I'm
Oh,
in the red
I
era still. I'm trying.
I
Every time I turn it on, someone comes into my like I never can just sit and I want to sit and watch it the
it's so
first
good.
time. Like after that I'll be able to just like play it and have it on, but I want to like sit and actually watch it and
It's so good.
I'm not making good time. All right. The next question we have, has a book ever unlocked a kink for you? And I would say the breeding kink for sure. Like I always I liked being pregnant. I like the idea of it, but I didn't realize it was a kink until I started reading about it.
That was the exact same thing that I had too. Like, I didn't know that it was a thing until I read it, and I was like, "Oh, yes, I do have that.
As it
Okay."
turns out, I do have that.
As it turns out. Okay.
You do for real. I
Yeah,
Chuck, what about you?
and like I didn't know that I liked potatoes as much as I did until I started reading.
Fingerling potatoes, to be exact.
Oh,
How many butt
That's it.
plugs is too many butt plugs? We weren't sure if this meant to own or at one time. I would say at one time, I think one is probably good To own, the limit does not exist because I think that there are lots to try. You got to see what you like.
Shug?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still confused as to whether or not we're talking about putting these in all the orifices in your body, or if we just want to have like a collection in a case next to your bed. That's
Ooh, a glass
so if
case of
this could
butt
be
plugs.
clarified, yeah, if this could be clarified by the asker, then I will answer in a proper manner.
You need someone to call in.
The asker
Where's
is I'm going to think of a name real quick for her. Hold on. The asker is our good friend Blunt.
okay?
Stop.
So,
That's who
we
asked
we
that.
will,
So Blunt,
and
we
on
need to
line
know.
number 1, we're not there
What
yet,
if I
but we
texted her
will.
right now and was like, "Yo, Blunt, can you call in?"
Yes.
You're like, we need clarification on this. I bet we could get someone to call in.
We
Next
should
Well, we
try.
know that Sugar has a glass case of butt plugs in her
Plugs in a
house.
black dildo. All right. Kindle, book, or audio? I am 99% Kindle, 1% book.
I am I'm
You got
Kindle,
it.
but on my phone. How crazy is that? I own a Kindle, but I read on my phone.
I do both. I read on my phone, but it's the Kindle app. Like I
Yeah, I
have
do
a
the same
Kindle,
thing.
but like if I don't have my Kindle's always in my room. So if I don't have it, like I'll read on my phone too.
Yeah, which is why my
I'm
eyes are like slowly going.
That's why I have dry eye.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding.
I love having physical books. Like I will maybe have already read the book and then I'll buy the book.
Oh my god,
But
you're one of
Tracks.
those.
as a but like as I'm a business owner, like a mom, being able to do audiobooks is clutch for me. Like that's how I get most of my work done, but also get to do the reading.
Nicolas
How
Cage
do
or
you pay
Brendan
attention?
Fraser?
Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay. I
Ask
can't pay attention either to audiobooks. I feel like I'd get too distracted. Like I would almost have to listen to an audiobook sitting and doing nothing. And at that point, I would just have to read it.
Yeah. I mean, like even listening to podcast, I have to like rewind the same part over and over again to hear it. So
And this is how we all got diagnosed with ADHD.
yeah,
Right? No,
we're
I
gonna
have to
insert
say
another
that
ad.
I d-
Our ad is going to be for antidepressants and
just
ADHD medicine
pharmaceuticals.
and condoms.
Oh boy.
All right.
Oh, goodness.
Nicolas Cage or Brendan Fraser? I picked Brendan Fraser.
Is that the guy like from the show Frasier?
No, Brendan Fraser is like George
Oh,
of the Jungle.
the mummy.
Yes,
Got
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I was mixing them up. Who did I think it was? Who was I thinking of?
You thought it was Kelsey Grammer. That is Frasier.
Wait,
I
were they both
picked
in the mummy?
What?
Were they both in
It,
the mummy?
Nicolas Cage and Brendan Fraser?
Yeah. They're both
I
in
don't
some
know.
movie about like hidden treasure.
Nicolas Cage was in
oh
Hidden
like
Treasure.
yeah. Is that what that is? I don't know. I'm cool with like Nicolas Cage memes. Those are funny, but like I don't neither of them really.
Yeah.
Meh.
They both have
All
weird
right.
eyes. Shifty eyes.
Nicolas Cage's face is weird. His face,
Yeah, I
like,
wouldn't
it's
trust
real
either
long
of them.
I also
No.
feel like he's gotten work done.
and not in a
For
good
sure.
way.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Who will your first guest be, and why will it be Sweet Cox? So Sweet
But
Cox,
we
you're
have
not.
a first guest.
We do have a first guest already,
She's
but
our
you,
first non-author.
yeah, Sweet
There
Cox,
we
you can
go.
be our first friend guest and girlfriend. We want to have you on ASAP.
Yes.
Get your butt plugs ready. All right. The most boring superhero you can think of. I didn't know if this meant an actual superhero or like one that I would create myself.
Oh, you were like, that did not
Yeah.
cross my mind.
No. Why
Like
would
the
you
most
spend the
boring
time thinking about
superhero.
that?
Listen, the amount of things that I waste my time thinking on, Shug, I can't even. The thought, my inner monologue is a constant shit show of superheroes. What's a koala? What's for dinner? Who has practice tonight? I wonder what the girls are doing. I'm thirsty. I have to pee. When did I eat last? Let's switch the laundry. That is like the constant, and while also thinking about 900 other things at once.
And what's the
So,
most boring superhero?
the man, his superhero would be newspaper man, and all he does is he reads the newspaper.
How
Oh,
is he
that
a
is boring.
superhero?
His superpower is that he has to read the fucking newspaper.
Oh my god. I don't like Aquaman. I don't even really know what he does, but
Do you
I
not
think
like
he's boring.
Aquaman or do you not like Jason Momoa?
I mean, I like Jason Momoa just fine, but I feel like what the fuck? What does he even do? I don't know. I'm probably gonna
He
be
saves the
chastised by my husband
ocean.
for not knowing this.
He's the
Yeah,
defender of the sea.
I'm really disappointed in this because he is the defender of the sea. That's an important job.
You're right. That's important, and Leonardo DiCaprio would be upset with. He's very big into like global warming and keeping our planet safe.
I thought you meant
Yeah,
because he
didn't he
died in
buy an
Titanic.
island? Yes, because he's at the bottom of the ocean. Didn't he buy an island or something?
No! Titanic.
That is for sure what I thought you meant. That was like because he like was in the ocean and died.
That is exactly
Yeah.
why.
Not because he's a philanthropist for the oceans. Okay.
I hate
Shug.
Superman. I hate
Wait,
You know
him.
what's
you
funny?
you don't like him?
Is
Henry
No.
Cavill?
there's a
I
difference
don't know who
though.
that
That's
is.
all I can
Henry
see is Henry
Cavill?
Cavill.
Clark Kent. But you
Is
know what's
that the
funny
old
is
one,
Clark
like
Kent,
from the 50s?
Henry Cavill.
Like,
Henry Cavill is like in his 30s, so no, that is not.
But no, now that I think about it, my superhero works with that because Clark Kent works at the Daily News. He's a journalist. So he is boring
there
as
you
fuck.
go. Exactly. I feel like Superman is always, when he is Clark Kent, he just seems like the biggest doofus ever. Like, no one would ever be attracted to him. He's like, his glasses are always falling down. And then he just goes into a phone booth and turns into a man in a cape and tights. Like, no, not hot at all.
He's a vanilla. All right.
So vanilla.
Fave kink in real life versus in books. So my favorite kink in real life, I guess, is the breeding kink. And in books, I don't know if it's a kink or I guess it's like a trope or a genre even, is a reverse harem. Because I don't necessarily think I would like that in real life all of the time. But in a book, I will always read about 5 dudes loving on one female. Always. Shug.
Yeah. I don't know.
Jeet.
No.
So for me, yeah, breeding kink in both and books only. I mean, I don't mind being I don't think I would mind being dominated, but in the book I'm currently reading, he like slaps her in the face with his dick. And I
Ugh.
was like, "Oh." I was like, "Oh, I enjoyed reading it. I don't want anybody to do that to me."
Do you want me to
Anybody
tell the
being
story I
my
told you
husband.
earlier about this?
Yes.
Jeej made me read that part of the book, and I said that one time my husband did that to me, and I started cracking up, and I was like, I don't think so. And he literally looked at me and goes, I just had to try. And I was like, never slap your dick on my face again. Thank you. He's
Yeah,
like,
no.
I was like, yeah, I don't want you to do that.
That I was dying. That was I know, but in the book though, I was like, "Oh, it was hot."
Yeah, in the book, I think
When it
it's
was
fine.
happening to someone else.
In real life, do not put your
No, thank
mushroom
you.
tip on my cheek.
It's a major ick
Alright.
for me in both ways. Major ick.
All right. Bradley Cooper or Matthew McConaughey? Bradley Cooper all day. Jeej.
But
Shug, anyone.
Is Bradley Cooper is
Oh
the one that
God.
was with Lady Gaga? Is that him?
Yes.
Yes. And he's from The
So they both have
Hangover.
hair. They both have like lots of hair, right?
But like Bradley Cooper is like a fine specimen of a man.
I
Listen,
I don't like either. My pick's neither. Bleh.
Oh my God, I love
I just
Bradley
keep
Cooper.
picturing, what is his name? Rod Stewart.
So that all that makes me think of, Sugar, is did you listen to the We're Here to Help episode where they make up this woman's going to like her high school class reunion or something, and she's like, oh, I don't, I don't feel like I do any, like, I can't even remember the whole thing, but they like made up this elaborate story for her to use, and one of them was that she went to a party, she like sold art to Madonna, and then she went to Madonna's house for a party and she saw like Rod Stewart naked, and like Rod Stewart orders a bunch of fries and he just makes like the perfect container of fries out of all of the fries. Like it was this insane elaborate story. So that's all I picture is just like Rod Stewart in an orgy with French fries.
The
Interesting.
worst part is I wasn't even thinking of Rod Stewart. I was thinking of Michael Bolton.
Oh my God.
We're doing great. We're doing great. We're doing
Matthew
fine. We got 2 more
McConaughey.
questions. Hey,
Michael
hey.
Bolton.
Same difference,
Same
right?
difference. Same difference. They have the same hair, right?
Yeah, they do, don't they? Thank you.
All right. So the next question that we have, and I didn't write the whole question out, so it probably doesn't make sense to you guys, but somebody asked or said, I guess, that they had a dream about a smutty book, or they had a dream when it was furries. And she wanted to know if there was a book like that. So I did some research.
There has to be.
There, I don't know. So I found a book. It's called Courting Disaster, a Spicy Furry Romance by Kiana Willoughby. And I don't.
What?
Listen, I gotta
She's not-
answer. I gotta give the people what they want.
Right.
I do not think they are people dressed as furries. I think that they are furry people, like cat humans, is what I think it is. Because I didn't read said book, but
No.
to answer the question from, we'll call her Teeny, yeah, there is Courting Disaster, a Spicy Furry Romance by Kiana Willoughby. Whether or not you
Like
want to read it or
Broadway
you just
Cats.
dreamed about it. Yes, that's what they reminded me of, was cats. Like
Broadway Cats,
memory,
but porn.
all alone in the moonlight. Yes,
Wow,
like
how
Wow,
would that even work?
I despise cats, so
do
that just
too.
sounds like a nightmare to me.
It sounds awful. But, the question was asked and I had to deliver. So that's what I found for
Yeah.
that. If you guys, Shug, do you know of any other ones?
No, but I'm just thinking logistically when it comes to costumes because they're full body leotards. So there has to be holes in the right places for this to work. Unless we're just talking about lapping stuff up with our tongues. We could be doing
Which
that
we
too.
might be. We might be. We don't
Yeah.
know. All right. Last question. NSYNC or Backstreet Boys? NSYNC all day. No questions
NSYNC.
asked.
NSYNC forever.
Neither.
And if you are picking Backstreet Boys over NSYNC, then you can unfriend us now.
Yeah, well, that's
I lied,
me.
don't.
Sugar. Motherfucker.
You're
No, I
neither,
would-
though. You're neither.
No, but yeah, I'm New Kids on the Block all the way.
Yeah,
We'll allow
that's
it.
okay. Yeah, we'll allow that.
We will allow it.
Did I tell you about my
Well-
New Kids on the Block experience?
Yes.
I did. My New
No,
Kids on
I
the Block.
thought you said, do you
concert.
want me to? No,
Oh.
you didn't. And we want to know.
I was gonna say it was my first concert, but it wasn't. My first concert was Richard Marx, but I did go to see New Kids on the Block. And it was in an amphitheater, and we had seats, and I was probably like 5th grade with my best friend and her mom, and the people next to us were getting it on in the seat. Like, they were
No, they
sharing
weren't.
a seat. Yes.
No.
She was sitting on his lap, but not just sitting on his lap, if you know what I mean.
Stop it.
And
Wait, really?
yes, and my friend's mom, like, had to, like, scream at them, and we had to leave the seats because she was like, "They're in 5th grade, and they can't see this." Like, little did she know, like, I was literally, like, locked in. I was like, "What is going on over
You
there?
have
Let me
never
see."
wanted you were like, "Is there a concert on?" Because doesn't
Oh
matter. You did not care
my
about that
god.
concert even a little bit anymore. You wanted to watch the live porn.
Yeah, I was like, "You mean you
Well,
can
that
hump."
tracks.
Yeah, you
It
can
does
hump
track.
things other than bedpost? I didn't know.
You were like, "Excuse me, can I get this from another angle, please?"
The amount of times the bedpost is brought up is I love
It's
it,
up
but I
there with
also am
Twilight.
concerned by it.
It's up there with Twilight now.
Oh my gosh. Yes. I
All right, we have somewhat successfully made it through another episode. This was a fun one. I think that we are going to try to do an episode completely unscripted sometime soon, and that's going to be a total mess, but it's also going to be really funny. So keep looking for that. We had our first author interview, which was really exciting. We have some more lined up that we cannot wait to share with everybody. So keep checking our socials, Instagram, TikTok, King Sal Podcast, and find us on, what all are we on now? Spotify, Apple, YouTube, and
OnlyFans.
Stop. If you want to pay for some extra content, let us know.
it'll be a picture of my big toe. You have to pay more to get all 5.
Be careful.
Oh
People
my
will pay for
gosh.
that.
I'm not above it.
I don't think anybody listening is. We're gonna have to branch out for that one.
Oh man. All right. Well, we did it, guys. This was fun. And thanks to everybody for tuning in. We'll catch you next week.
See you next time.
Bye.
Woohoo! Bye.